Yo, kill this beat, bitch.
Excuse me. I have to wait for the sheriff until there's. This is what the judge said. If you listen to the judge, listen to me. Excuse me. The judge said the last time this attempt was made to keep me away from my children as they're kidnapped illegally, that until you can have your opinion on that, but what the judge says is they were. So if you're higher than the judge, then you can keep speaking on camera, officer. All right. So the last time you were here, I recorded your attitude also. So continue on. All right. All right. Well, there's a reason you keep showing up for this dispute. All right. Well, like the judge said, this is not illegal. The judge said as long as my twins are in there and there's no paperwork saying, excuse me, ma'am, the judge said as long as there's no paperwork served. They said legally, long as there's no paperwork served, I am not violating the law, ma'am. This is what your judge said. So I'll go over.
What's good, everybody, man? What's good, man? Welcome to Tony Real to God Chronicles, man. All right? Back with another chronicle, man. I'm glad y'all clicked on this video, all right? I'm glad y'all want to see what I have next, what I'm about to talk to y'all about, and what y'all about to see in the clip I have for y'all, all right? And don't worry, the clip will be uninterrupted, all right? Okay, so the little clip y'all seen at the beginning. This father is trying to see his children. And this, woman's children, older children, son and daughter, are trying to keep him from seeing his children, his twin children. Now, what's really sad is that you have family, you know what I'm saying? Well, you have kids by someone and, that person's family gets involved and gets in between, what y'all have going on. As if it has anything to do with them. I can't stand people like that, man. Stay in your lane, folks. It is not your place or your business to be in between that man and that woman's business when it has something to do with their children. But these kids, this woman's kids, obviously doesn't understand that they have no dealings in this. They're trying to keep him from seeing his children. And he hadn't seen them in 2 years. It's been about 2 years since he's seen them, or since he's been able to see them. So he is a loving father, just wanting to see his twins, just want to see his babies. And they're refusing him to do so. Making threats, being a fool. And then, you got, pretty much what y'all are going to see, how the neighbors get involved. It's ridiculous. Last time I checked, if you have children by somebody, it's not supposed to be one-sided. It's supposed to be two-sided, where both parents are supposed to have a say-so on who gets to see who. Now, I can see if one parent decides to be out there and not be responsible and be irresponsible, then hey, at that point, it's only one parent's decision on what goes on with the children. Because obviously that one parent is the only one doing right by them. And if it gets to be that way, hey, it is what it is, y'all. Don't get mad. You know what I'm saying? Don't get upset. Don't bitch about the shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit here and act like you have all these rights and privileges knowing that you weren't the one there for the children. You can't. You weren't there when they're sick, their first day of school. You weren't there when they had problems at home or at school. You weren't there for anything concerning the children, but when you finally see them after so long, you think you have a say-so. Please, people, stop. You don't. You just fucking don't. Regardless of who you are. You didn't put in the work. So let's stop the nonsense. This man wants to see his children. Hadn't seen him like he should have in 2 years. And it's not his fault, but it's because family, this woman's family, her kids, her older children, are being threats, being tough and bold. Like they have a right to do what they're doing. Won't let him see his kids. How many of y'all out there think that it's okay to do what you're doing to people? And I know a lot of y'all would probably say, well, ain't no telling what he did. Regardless, those babies have nothing to do with that woman or that man's issues. Those children have nothing to do with that. And a lot of y'all will probably sit here and think, oh, well, he ought to get on his grind and do his shit. He ought to be a better man. That way he can see his baby where he wouldn't have that problem. First of all, he doesn't have to do a goddamn thing for nobody he doesn't have to. Only thing he's obligated to do something for are those children. He don't have to do nothing for her older children. They big grown ass sitting there being fools with this man. Y'all gonna see in the clip. Because it's really, really sad. It's really, really sad that this type of stuff is going on in the world. It really is. It's really ridiculous how this stuff is going on. And people feeling like they got a right to do what they're doing. He want to come and see his children, and they are refusing him to see his kids. The police, the female police officer, she being a bitch, and he's dealing with her. And there are a lot of officers that just don't know the law. Message to a lot of you ratchet ass, silly ass females out there. And I'm not talking to all women, but I'm talking to some of the women that know that this message is for them. Stop being silly ass people and let these men see their children. Especially when they're good men, when they're just trying to see their babies, and all because they won't do what you want them to do, you want to use the kids just to make them do what you want. No, you stop using them kids for that shit. All because they don't want to do what you want them to do. Stop using those kids to take advantage of that man. Let these men see their children. You ratchet, crazy bitches out there. Let these men see their kids. Stop being fools. Stop getting the police involved in the courts and shit and child support and shit all over silly shit that y'all can handle as two adults. Grow the fuck up, silly ass, ghetto ass women. Yeah, I said it. I said it because there's some ghetto ass shit going on. Ghetto ass shit. And you act like you don't have no home training. And no, I'm not being biased because there are a lot of brothers, a lot of men out here that are fucking ridiculous too. Over a woman seeing her kids. I've seen it. But I'm talking about the women right now. Some of the women right now. Not all of them. Because not all of them are bad. But this particular woman, who his baby mama is, she is a very horrible person. Letting her older children talk shit. Y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see it. This man is going through crazy shit. This brother got the court paperwork. He got documents. He got everything he need legally to see his twin children in that home. The sad truth. It's really sad how you have so many young women or older women out here acting like fools behind a man wanting to see his damn children. That is ridiculous. It's really fucked up. If you ask me, it's really fucked up. So, I'm going to tell you this. Y'all need to get your shit together out here, ladies. And stop being so goddamn abusive and mentally abusive toward these men that want to be in their children's life. I can see if it was a man that's not trying to be in his kid's life and he's just a sorry ass motherfucker, then okay, that would be understandable because he not trying to be there for him. He don't need to see him. Fuck him. But if he trying to see him He want to be in their life, which means when they grow up, you got to explain why he wasn't in their life. Because he was trying to be in their lives, and you refused him to be in their life. This is the sad truth about a lot of you motherfuckers out here. Sad truth about a lot of you women out here. Not all women, but a lot of you women out here are doing this crazy shit. This is the sad, sad truth. Get your shit together. He trying to be in his baby's life, and you are keeping him from doing that. Some of you women are keeping those men that want to be involved from doing that. What is wrong with y'all? You're using the kids to bury them. You're using the kids to get them to do what you want. You're using the kids to take advantage of them. You know damn well that's a man's pride, joy, and heart. His children. And you're going to attack his heart like that? You are a pitiful, disgusting person to do something like that. Ridiculous. And you should be ashamed of yourself. So I'm going to go ahead, show y'all this clip, and y'all let me know what y'all think about this brother trying to see his babies and what's going on with the neighbors and the baby mama's older kids and the police. So, without further ado, y'all check this video out, because I'm sick of this shit. Let's go.
Yeah, go ahead and record me. I don't care.
This is what happens when you try to come and see your twins, and it's been 2 years. This is her oldest daughter, who I've never done nothing to or for but help her move her property and things of that nature. This is the brother and the grandmother. They've been keeping my twins away from me for 2 years. They're calling us bitches, fuck you, all of this disrespectful things. So we're just gonna record it, make sure we have it documented. All right. Just want to make sure we have it documented.
Why are you recording, bro? Why are you recording? Why you on my block? You gotta go. You gotta go. I promise you. You got to go. Stop recording. Stop recording.
Yeah, that's the daughter, the oldest daughter.
Why are you supporting this, yo? Like, that's real weird.
Now they're talking to my fiance.
You dumb as shit. You little stupid bitch.
You see, we're parked across the street.
Come over here and do
Stay
that.
right there, Leah.
Come and do that over here.
Now we're being threatened. They're very aggressive
Everybody threatened. Bye. Get away.
for me to come and see my twins
That's why
again.
you don't get to your fucking head.
Sir,
They think they're just going to take my twins
that's it.
and tell me that I'm not welcome here, as if someone's going to keep me away from my twins. So today,
Real dumb right now.
You dumb. You lacking a lot of shit right
so
there.
today is the day that everything will be revealed.
Yes, it will. When the police arrive and niggas know that you're not,
It will.
you don't
Yeah.
belong there. Like, I don't
Exactly.
get what you don't get.
Exactly. Shit getting
Hey,
done in the
we
mud
good. We good.
today.
Yeah, we straight.
We straight.
All
He need
right.
to go. He need to go. He need to go. She need to go too.
Well, we're waiting for the police to pull up. We've called the police, so anyone that wants to interfere, they can feel free to interfere. The police are on their way. We've called them. So any neighbors or anyone who wants to get involved, feel free. Feel free. Wow, now we have a little girl coming off 1220. Wow. This is what we go through when we, this is the neighbors. This is the neighbors. They don't even live here. Jump in her daughter's face. So I've been recording the whole time, as you see. As you see, her daughter ran off the steps into my face. It's on camera, so all of that about jumping in her face. I've been out here in the street. Her daughter ran off the steps and jumped into my face, so I don't know what that's about. Actually, we called first. Excuse me. We called first.
Both calls came at the same time, all right?
Okay.
So you'll know you've been video and how to record.
Well, I recorded my call first.
I'll speak with him. you speak to her, please?
and I recorded as they called.
Good idea. Okay.
So this is the home of my twins.
Okay. Come over here. Talk to me over here. Let's not go over there.
I'm not going over there. This is the home where my twins are located.
Okay.
And what the lawyer said is that they have not been around for the sheriff to serve them the documents of custody.
Okay.
All
Do
right.
you have a copy of that document?
Well, the sheriff actually has the main document, and we're about to go and retrieve the second document, but we need a welfare check on my twins. We need the officers to lay eyes on them and say that they're alive and well because they've been kidnapped, and it's been 2 years. So if the officers could have a welfare check on my twins and make sure they're alive and well.
I got it.
All right.
No,
Thank you.
Come over here. Let's talk.
No, I'm not breaking the law. We've been through this before. This officer, I'm used to him also. I'm not going in there.
A whole new argument.
It's not a whole new argument, but this is what they do when they secretly conversate. They don't own this property. I'm not doing anything illegal, so
But why you this close? You need to back up, yo.
what I can do is stand where I want because it's not against the law.
This is private property.
This officer knows me. Actually, the government and the city owns this part of the property. Right. So if we can get a welfare check on my twins, that'll be awesome.
The officer is in there with.
Okay.
I'm sure that you will lay out on the twins.
Thank you. That's
Do you-
all I
do you
want.
have a copy of the document?
We're about to go and retrieve them now.
Okay. Because if you have a copy, we can serve them with a copy of the
Yes,
document.
yes.
And
We
that will
paid $40 for the sheriff to serve them, so we're gonna let them earn that $40 if you don't mind.
be- Also, you don't want them to be served with a document.
No, I do, but the sheriff already has the main copy and we've paid for it, but they have not been able to acquire them because they've been locking the door and hiding. All right?
But we're here now.
No, the sheriff. See what it says on the document is for the sheriff that has it.
Do
That
you have
I,
ID on your bus?
sir, listen to what I'm saying. The sheriff that has the documents. My name is Tyree David Moorhead, the father of the children. The sheriff that has the documents wants to do his job and serve them himself, right?
Okay.
But sometimes they need the assistance of the Baltimore police to make sure they're in there. You understand that? So we're communicating with the sheriff right now also.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect.
Yeah, like again, this is what we go through when we pull up just to see my children. Right. Right. Lies talk about don't run up in my daughter's face when her daughter ran off the steps into my face on camera. Right. This is the problem.
And you-
The
and
neighbors.
You did the right thing. You recorded them?
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
protect
sir.
yourself.
Because the lies would have continued. They've been at this for 2 years. Excuse me. Excuse me. We don't do that. They're controlled by Satan. We move with a law. We move with a law. We're not entertaining that. This is her daughter she can't control. Holding a baby, talking like that. You know what their future's going to be. Right? So what I'm trying to do is just have a welfare check on my twins. They've been hiding them for 2 years. And this is the correct legal procedure.
Lady came over. Circle, talk to them. She's gonna come back to him. Yeah, go. Yeah, some kind of.
Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Alhamdulillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim.
So how are they involved with this house?
Well, these are the ones that used to have the mother of my children drinking all the time, entertaining them with a lot of sin. So they never wanted me to have my children anyway. They don't know me from a can of paint, but on Facebook and IG. So I don't know where the anger comes from, but she's her friend. And what she told her to do, like her mother and her brother and her son told her to take my children, which is against the law. They don't know me from a can of paint. But what they do is they come out here and they antagonize me. They know when I'm gonna show up to see my twins. They curse, they hold babies, they threaten, right? And what they do is they run in the street like they did on camera, and her daughter tries to attack my fiance on camera, But her mother comes out and lies and say, don't jump in my daughter's face. If her daughter didn't run off the steps on camera to our face on camera. So this is the lies we're dealing with. And they usually call the police, but what we did is said, let's safeguard it and call them first, because the sheriff hasn't been able to contact them. Now, my children have been kept from me for 2 years against the law. And it's impossible for the sheriff to sign or get them to sign the documents if every time they come, these neighbors are out, they're telling them the sheriff's at the door and no one comes out. All right? So now we have the sheriff on the way, inshallah, to serve the papers.
They are on the way.
Inshallah, she's taking care of that as we speak.
You know, if you have a copy.
Yeah, the copy, we're just moving from East Baltimore, so we were about to go and get the copy. Instead, we saw this and said, maybe the twins are there, and they are. So this would be a good time for the sheriff to pull up. Because, of course, and the grandmother. I'm pretty sure they're in there talking about I was just shot 3 times and everything, as if there's some sort of notch against that to see my twins. But you'll see that I was shot over East Baltimore. I was also stabbed in my neck. And there's a lot of things that happens to me being the no-shoot zone organizer and creator. But that is not a reason for my children to be kept from me against the law. That is kidnapping. Again, I'm standing in front of my twins' house with Officer Patoska and Officer Vilches. And Officer Vilches, 2 good officers that serve the city. And they're patiently waiting for us to legally understand why I'm still being kept from my children, and the documents of custody have not been able to be served to Nicole Legree, who lives right here at 2030 East Chase Street. Good job you did yesterday at the shooting too. Good job. Yeah, I was there also.
How you doing? I'm Hope Tulane. We'll let you know you get audibly and visually recorded.
Yes, we've met before. The same thing that happened last time you showed up and talked to them first instead of me first. That's documented also. Have your name for every time that it's called about my children, you show up. So what we have is legal document that the sheriff is trying to serve for joint custody, and they have been avoiding the sheriff. Right? So what they have issued me to do is to come here, right? If I have to, call the officers, make sure they're in there, and then the sheriff will have a better chance of serving the papers if everyone do their job. I'm also legally allowed to have a welfare check by the city officers done on my twins. So if we can perform that while we wait for the sheriffs, that would be awesome.
You already performed the well-being check. The kids are inside, safe and unharmed.
And they can come to the door so I can see them.
Well-being check does not mean you get to see them. The well-being check just makes sure I know that they're safe and unharmed.
Know that they're safe and unharmed. Okay. Well, I thank you so much, Queen. I'll remain. There's no need to. The sheriff will be here in a few with the documentation. You can write a report, but you know exactly who I am.
I don't know you.
We had this discussion before. My name is Tyree David Moorhead. I'm the father of Tyree David Moorhead Jr. Tyree David David 22676. Right now, it's currently being moved because I was just living on Luzerne.
Okay, what's your address? You want me to use the document?
For the document, what document?
She has to document this interaction.
Well, you can hand it to me.
What report you want me to write? I mean, what address you want me to use?
Well, the address is no concern right now. You can hand me any report that you're writing because the sheriffs have my address.
We responded here. You're
Yes.
having a dispute with this individual here.
Yes.
We have to write a report. In order for us
What
to
is
write
the
a
last
report-
address? Yeah, Luzerne. 619 North Luzerne.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I didn't know you could use the. I didn't know you could use the old address because we just moved out of there.
We just need an address to put in the
Yes,
report,
sir.
which is gonna write. That's it.
Yes, sir.
What's your phone number?
My phone number is 443 325 Yeah, I can say it out loud. I don't care. People can play on my phone. Mind your business, please. Like you're antagonizing me and talking to the officer. I'm waiting for the rest. 3765. Yeah, I called the police because I knew you were going to call them to protect myself. Well, I knew your sister or whoever was going to call them. Yes.
Let's talk to her now.
So you came here today to try to talk to your child's mother and to have well-being check on his twins?
And yes, and possibly have the papers served from the sheriff that they've been avoiding.
Okay.
Yes.
So a well-being check has been done.
Yes.
You have the sheriffs are on their way.
Inshallah.
Okay. You can leave the
Tyreek,
Yes.
when you went to the court,
Yes.
I understand you said that you paid $40 for them.
Well, we had to pay $140 for the actual paperwork, right? And then this paperwork had to be sent across the street for the sheriffs to serve, and this costed an additional $40.
Did they give you a copy of the document?
Yes, they did. Again, that's in the home that we're moving out of that I told you, the Luzerne address. That's where we're on our way to.
Okay, so am I right? Is that what happened today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I spoke with your child's mother. She also said you all two had no interaction today. Y'all have not spoken.
Yes.
Communicated.
Her mother came to the door and shut the door in my face after she asked why I was there.
Okay, yeah. I've been told that they've asked you politely not to come to the residence.
Of course, and what the law says is that's against the law as long as my birth twins are in there and they have no legal documents stating why I should stay away from this residence.
Okay.
The attempt to go to court and get a restraining on me, the judge threw out. The judge actually told her that she should give me some sort of custody of my twins, to be exact.
But as of right now, it's no custody.
Well, no one has any custody. This is why the sheriffs are running around and the police have to be called, because she will not go down there and sign the papers because it would allow me to have joint custody.
So as of right now, no one has custody.
Well, this is the documentation that's going to be served right now.
So
Yeah.
right here, this is what's called a domestic dispute form. It's not saying your fault, but it's going to
Yes.
document that y'all have kids together, so it's technically domestic related.
Yes.
You can write down a quick synopsis of what happened. You
Yes.
write refuse, make sure you sign the bottom.
Yes.
No assault occurred, correct?
Of course not.
Okay, so make an X. You just make sure you sign the bottom.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You can do it on the phone. You don't have to.
Allah says this is okay. Thank you.
Oh, I didn't get to. Thank you. Why you leaving out?
Is this correct? Excuse me.
You say CAD is C4C3. What was the time out?
Vegas 14. Channel 2, Harvard Road.
What's the sequence? 502?
Actually, you recorded me. This makes this legal. Yeah, it makes this legal. This is very public. Those little tricks won't work anymore, though. Yeah, the government is very involved. You were so respectful yesterday when I showed up. What changed today?
Am I still not?
I mean, you're antagonizing me. You're being disrespectful. I got you cursing on video. I don't know what changed today, sir. You didn't hurt my feelings at all. You hurt God's feelings.
I'm sorry that you were responsible.
You hurt God's feelings.
I don't get it. I don't believe
I know you don't. See, that's your problem. You don't believe in God. That's the whole story right there. That's the whole story right there. This man said he doesn't believe in God
Where's the 12:30?
as he continues to be disrespectful. Of course not. You don't even believe in God.
Okay, so you contacted the sheriff's department.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Everything's correct.
Whatever you right. I can't. It's not about.
I mean, as far as my signature, I didn't need to put the date and everything on there.
No, you don't have to.
Okay, I thank you so much. So we'll wait for the sheriff. I appreciate you.
Mr. Moorhead.
Yes, sir.
This is a citizen contact card with Officer Lane's information along
Yes.
with the complaint number under which this report is going to be written. This
Yes.
is just a custody dispute that she's going to write as such.
Yes.
You have information and the CC number.
And I can give this to the sheriff.
You can, yeah.
Because it's going to be taken up in court. They want me to collect all the evidence that I'm going through while I'm trying to get custody so that they can present this in court to the judge.
So you need to take it to court, not the sheriff don't need it.
Oh, so just keep it myself. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. You too.
Just remember they don't want you back here.
Excuse me. I have to wait for the sheriff until there's... This is what the judge said.
Correct.
If you listen to the judge, listen to me. Excuse me. The judge said the last time this attempt was made to keep me away from my children as they're kidnapped illegally,
They not been kidnapped.
that until you can have your opinion on that, but what the judge says is they were. So if you're higher than the judge, then you can keep speaking on camera, officer.
I said they have not been
All right.
kidnapped.
So the last time you were here, I recorded your attitude also. So continue on.
They have not been kidnapped.
All right.
They carry custody of their mother.
All right. Well, there's a reason you keep showing up for this dispute.
So like I said.
All right. Well, like the judge said, this is not illegal. The judge said as long as my twins are in there and there's no paperwork saying, excuse me, ma'am, the judge said as long as there's no paperwork served. They said legally, long as there's no paperwork served, I am not violating the law, ma'am. This is what your judge said.
You spoke
So I'll go over there and wait for the sheriff like they told me to, if that's okay with the city police that I have 2 lawsuits against. No, let's also record this.
Can you let me?
There are 2 lawsuits from me against the Baltimore City Police. One for them assaulting me brutally and another one for them harassing me continuously throughout the day. So this, well, wait, I'm saying this can be used for evidence against that too. I will. I'm just letting you know while it's recording.
Hear me out, okay? This is a private residence where your kids happen to be.
Yes.
Doesn't mean that you have the right to knock on this door.
What the judge says,
Hear me out.
what the judge says
Let me finish talking. And you
is I have
hopefully
paperwork
you'll
to be
understand.
served. Let me tell you what the judge says. I am able to knock on this door to serve this paperwork that I have. It's legal, right? Excuse me, sir. I'm telling you what the judge said on camera, right? Judge Lane, to be exact. All right? So what the judge says is that long as I have paperwork to serve, if I choose to serve it myself, I am legally allowed to knock on the door. You can dispute that in court. So what the judge says also is that once I've paid the sheriff to serve excuse me, there's 2 versions of the law. Before the sheriff is involved, I can serve the papers myself, if you don't know that law. Okay, so what they're saying, the judge and the sheriff, is that I can also wait for the sheriff to arrive. So that's what I'm going to do. Enjoy your day, sir. Enjoy your day, sir. Your job is done. Thank you, sir. They don't own this part of the block, sir. Enjoy your day. God bless. Now they saying it with their chest. Now they talk about money. The police ain't gonna say nothing about that though. God bless, I know. Oh, this. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. I want to see my twins clearly. Clearly. So don't try to whisper those things, officer, while I'm not there. I want to see my twins. Trust me. But I do want to sue you guys for comments like that. I do want to sue you guys, sir. I want to tell them what I want. That's the law. Go away from the view of my camera. Can't bring your child out and say I can't record. That's an old trick. ¿Cómo está, amigo? Hola.
And now you are being disrespectful to me and being racist.
No, actually, I do that all the time. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. I speak to my Spanish brothers and sisters from Puerto Rico to Mexico to the Dominican Republic every day the same way. So if you're offended by that, sir, your heart isn't correct. I said, ¿Cómo está, amigo? That is my friend. And then I backed it up with hola, in case you thought it might be disrespectful, sir. Y'all see this officer? I couldn't even speak to him without him saying I'm being racist. Do you hear this, officer? That's why I kept recording. And you guys hear me on camera every day greeting Spanish brothers and sisters the same way. And they greet me back. But this officer of the law, his first instinct was, I'm racist. And you see how red his face got on camera. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rahim. That copy is still in the house, right? The copy of the paperwork. You gotta know so. Okay, the sheriff said they're gonna be a moment, so we're gonna go and get our copy also, just in case.
Make sure you call us so we escort you so you don't go by yourself.
Yes, sir, will do. We have confirmation that they're in the house, though, so we have to hurry up.
We're not going anywhere.
I know, you can't.
Wow. Did you see how that brother handled that? He handled it very professionally. All right. He wasn't really aggressive. He was just trying to pretty much state the facts on what was going on with his twin babies and the baby mama. And as you can see, the baby mama never brought her ass out the house, letting her older children take care of it as if they have any rights to do so, as if this man is a threat. And don't want him to come to the property, but he has every right to come to the property due to the courts say so, the judge, which he mentioned, Judge Lane, and they still are trying to keep him from coming to the property. He has every legal right to do so, by way of the judge, by way of the court. If the papers are not served by the sheriff, he can come legally to serve them himself. Once the papers are served by the sheriff, he pretty much then, if the papers are served by the sheriff, then he couldn't come to the property because the papers are being served by the sheriff. But until that happens, he still has the legal right to serve that paperwork legally. All right, he's trying to see his babies, man, and this is ridiculous. Now, did y'all see how that child with the navel pierced come off the porch and get all crazy all up in his face? Let's go, bitch. Oh, crazy ghetto ass, fucking crazy people, man. All right. Now, and early, later on in the video, she was like, "Oh, I want him recorded because I got my baby out here." So, I mean, she looked like she about 12, 13 years old, but she's talking about my baby. So I guess she a little short, little woman or something. I don't know, but she looked 12, 13 years old. And then the woman, the mother of that child or little grown lady, was like, "Don't be getting in my daughter's face." Y'all clearly seen on camera, that she ran up in his face and she tried to play the fool. The shit that people do, to get their way. Always trying to hit people up with those old tricks. With that silliness. That is really silly. And it's really sad how you got so many people that were just being involved in the situation, like the neighbors. That has nothing to do with those neighbors. Nothing at all. They just want to be seen. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. Want to be seen and shit. Showing out, showing their ass. Like that's going to do something. Like y'all had nothing to do with that. Those people had nothing to do with that man's situation. So as he's talking to the officer, he's letting her know, what was going on why he was having such a problem. And it hadn't been the first time they had to come out there, to help this man to see his kids. He has a legal right to come there to see his children. He has a legal right to come there to serve them the paperwork. But like he said, they had been avoiding and hiding to be served with the paperwork. Not answering the door, acting, not being there, frequently, just avoiding him. Period. Wasn't trying to get they wasn't trying to even get the information. So you tell me if this is not holding those children hostage from their own father that's trying to be in their life, that's trying to see his babies. You tell me if that's not kidnapping, because obviously the Baltimore judge told him that that's kidnapping. She's clearly going against the paperwork, all right, that was filed against her on custody, joint custody, to be exact. So she's not trying to hear nothing. That's exactly what it is. She want to keep this man's kids, against his damn rights and his will, and not let him see his babies, his twins. And the son and the daughter, they ignorant as hell. They should carry themselves way better than that, old as they are, with these little attitudes they got. Now, whatever may have transpired, y'all, between the mother and the father, then that's between them to work out as adults. The kids, whatever problem they may have had with this man, obviously is the reason why they acting the way they acting. Or they just being stupid and being ridiculous toward this man, all because the mother is being like that. You got a lot of kids that roll with their mother on some shit and don't even know the full story. You know, you got some mothers that get their kids involved in a situation, you know what I mean, that she created, and then her kids get hurt. So let's stop using our kids to fight our own battles, to do the things that we can do ourselves. Let's stop being stupid. Because that was stupid. That shit is stupid as hell. The neighbors are ignorant as hell and silly, and that don't make no sense. They got involved in something that had nothing to do with them, and then the neighbor lied, saying that he ran up in her daughter's face, and he did not. It's on camera, as y'all saw. And again, you know, towards the end of the video, he said, you know, what did he say? Como está, amigo? Hola. And then the Hispanic officer said he was throwing racial slurs, being racist. And it just means, my friend, hello. So the officer's being a dick. He just switched up on him that quick. Obviously, the man knows the law, man. All right? I'm going to come back and say some more shit. But let me hit y'all with this, man. I went ahead and looked up the Baltimore, Maryland child custody information. So let's read. Here we go. So right here in this part here, okay, it says there are two types of custody in Maryland: legal custody and physical custody. The parties can jointly hold legal custody, or one party may be given sole legal custody of the child. Legal custody is the right to make major life decisions for a minor child, such as education, major medical treatment, and religious affiliation. If both parents have joint legal custody, they both share that decision-making right. It should be granted in a scenario where both parents are willing and able to effectively communicate with each other about decisions regarding their child. In sole legal custody, the party granted the same is the decision maker for the child. Physical custody can be either shared physical custody, or sole physical custody to one parent with visitation to the other. Sole custody involves one parent having physical custody of the children or children. The other parent or non-custodial parent only exercises physical custody over the child when visitation rights are involved. In order for physical custody to be shared, both parties have at least a minimum of 128 overnight visitations, or 35% of the year in parentheses, and both contribute to the expenses of the child in addition to any award of child support. Now, he did state that he was fighting for joint custody. So basically, she has custody of the children, but he also has a right to see them. So he was pretty much enforcing his visitation rights, y'all. That's what he was doing. So he's fighting for joint custody because he wants to see his babies, because he hadn't seen them in a little over 2 years, because the last 2 years they have been avoiding him from seeing those babies. Real shit. That's messed up, y'all. Let's go to the next one. So this next one here explains, let me fix this here for y'all, okay? Let me fix this real quick. Let me fix this so y'all can see this. All right? So let me move this over so y'all can get a good look at it. Okay, I hope y'all got a good look at it right there. All right. So this next little page right here pretty much explains what happens when you go against those custody papers. You know what I mean? That joint custody or that visitation right shit, all that good shit. This is what he's going through right now. So she's going against the paperwork right now. So here we go. Let's read here. It says, when parents divorce, it is common to have serious disagreements over parenting agreements and the role that each of you will play in your child's life. So this is pretty much other information that I got from the Baltimore, Maryland child custody, you know what I'm saying, advocacy or program or paperwork, however you want to put that. It says the key is how you resolve those disagreements. You have to stick up for your child and your rights, but a courtroom custody battle is costly in every sense of the word. Okay, this is the law office of that person. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, takes a client-centered approach to child. The law office of this person takes a client-centered approach to child custody and visitation, which is what he's going through. He has visitation rights, and he is not able to see his children. We strive toward a fair and practical solution to these complex issues, as hard as it is to find common ground. A custody agreement of your making is almost always preferable to custody terms dictated by a judge. However, it is if negotiations break down, or if the other parent is trying to take your kids away, which is what he's going through, our trial lawyer will fiercely, of course, a trial lawyer will fiercely advocate for you in contested custody proceedings. Let me finish reading on, y'all, okay? Custody disputes require a focus on the children and a spirit of cooperation, but also realistic goals and a legal strategy. Attorney blank, I ain't gonna say his name, sits down with you to explain your rights as a parent and what factors the court will consider in determining the best interests of your child. From that reference point, he will help you pursue the outcome that works best for everyone involved. Which the judge did for this brother. Last line, y'all. In the eyes of the law, a child has a right to be parented by both parents unless one is abusive to that child. Physical custody refers to where the child will live and who is responsible for the child's day-to-day activities. One parent may be awarded primary physical custody and the other parent reasonable visitation, which is what he's going through. He has reasonable visitation and he is fighting for joint custody at this time. And right now they're impeding on his visitation rights. The woman, the baby mama and the two children, the grown children at that. Or the parents may have shared physical custody. Legal custody refers to authority over major decisions about the child's education, health care, and religious upbringing. In most cases, the parents will have shared legal custody if one parent has primary physical custody. So right now, he is fighting for joint custody, people. Right now, I hope y'all got all that. Right now, she obviously has custody of the kids. Now in the video, he told the officer, when the officer was like, well, okay, well, none of y'all have custody. He was like, well, no, it's not like that. But, I'm fighting for joint custody of the children. So basically, yeah, she got custody and he has visitational rights, basically. He wasn't really clear when he was telling the officer, he wasn't really clear. So I'm just saying from my opinion, I'm thinking that that may be more of what's going on here. So for that to be going the way it's going, y'all, it's really ridiculous that this brother have to go through this. Really sad. It's really, really sad. I'm telling you that now. So this brother is just trying to see his babies. He is initializing his visitational rights and he is fighting for joint custody, and they are avoiding him from seeing those children, going against the custody paperwork that gives him visitational periods. And he is trying to see them, and they are avoiding him from seeing his kids. The baby mama are allowing her big grown-ass kids to come out there and handle her situation when she should be her sorry ass out there talking and trying to resolve this issue. And then you got the neighbors being nosy, got the little motherfucker running up on this man like she know him talking crazy, and then the mother lying about him getting in her face, just trying to keep up all kinds of shit. And y'all wonder why they don't fucking support us black folks. Cause look what we do to each other. Look what we do to ourselves, man. Look what we do. And look how we act over our damn kids. If that man is trying to be in his children's life, let him be in his kid's life. And I'm talking to some of you women, not all of you women. All of y'all not like that. I'm talking to the ones that is. Let him be in his child's life. Stop giving him so much goddamn stress and strife over seeing his own goddamn babies. Quit being a goddamn bitch. And that's just facts. And if you don't like those facts, then oh well. It's really sad, y'all. It's really, really sad, y'all. Y'all, this has got to stop happening. Do y'all not realize that you put your children through that shit? You stress your children. If your children feel ill, nauseated, and stressed, they feel depressed, it's because of what you're doing around them and in front of them with their father or with their mother. And it's causing that child to get sick or stressed out or depressed. And you want to know what's wrong, and you want to know why they have so much anger. It's because of all the energy that you're putting into fighting with your former significant other, instead of trying to come up with a solution to deal with each other on a base where you can take care of your babies so they won't have to go through that bullshit that you putting them through. Both you parents, father and the mother. But this is clearly a problem that we have, people. It is clearly a problem we have. We have silly ass women out here that are refusing men that are trying to do right by their children, refusing them to see their kids. And a lot of times it be because that woman doesn't want their kids around the woman that their former lover is with. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You don't get to make that decision. If that woman is my lover, she's my woman, she's my wife or my fiance, girlfriend, you don't get to tell me, oh, well, I don't want my kids around your woman because I don't like her. But that's who I'm with. So you can't tell me not to have my kids around her because they're going to be around her. And the same thing with you men out there. You can't control that shit either. Oh, I don't want my kids around that nigga, around that dude. You can't, bruh, you can't stop that. You can't stop that. Grow the fuck up. There's nothing you can do about that. Unless you have full custody of your children, there is nothing you can do about that, brother, sister. There's nothing you can do about that. You can't make somebody not be around their significant other all because you don't like them or because you don't want them around them. And if you don't, especially if you don't know them, come on, man. Somebody out there agree with me. I know, come on now. This is ridiculous. Boy, I tell you, man. Woo! Boy, I tell you. But this is what's happening, y'all. This is what's happening. It really is. And I'm not laughing at this because I think it's funny. I'm laughing at the fact that we have some people out here that are actually doing this shit and it's making them look stupid. And I find stupid people funny sometimes because you stupid enough to put somebody through this type of issue over their children when they're trying to be in their life. What kind of person are you? They're trying to be in their life. I can see if you had the motherfucker, if the motherfucker wasn't trying to be in their life, that would make all the more sense to keep him away from him because he not trying to do shit. Or she not trying to do shit. But if they're trying to be in their life, they're trying to be with their kids, why would you keep them from them? And why would you start a bunch of shit over over this man seeing his kids? Or over this woman seeing her kids? In this video, this woman is being very, very stupid. And she's allowing her big grown ass kids who need to be in their own shit, not at their mama house, deal with her damn problem. The problem that she created and allowed her big grown sorry ass kids to help her with. That is ridiculous. My message to his baby mama is stop being foolish, let that man see his kids, and quit being a dumb motherfucker. Quit being stupid. My message to her kids, y'all get y'all big grown ass out your mama house and go stay in your own motherfucking house. Excuse for all the cursing, y'all. And stay out your mama's business. Regardless what those kids mean to you, y'all should have handled that way more respectfully because that man is your elder. Respect your elders. Like he said in the video, you showed respect for just the other day, but now today you just flipped on me. That just shows how fake his young ass is, and he doing everything because he feel like he doing something right. He don't even realize how wrong he is being. Woo! The daughter too and the neighbors. Boy, I tell you. But I like to appreciate y'all for coming out, man, checking this video out, man. You know what I mean? Your boy Tony Real God always bringing y'all some great information, man. Some great vids, man. Y'all hit your boy up on that Cash App, man, right there above the screen. # Big Tony, man. You know what I'm saying? Support your boy, man. Support the channel. You know what I mean? Follow me on all my platforms, y'all. All right? Make sure y'all follow me on my TikTok, my Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff, man. And check me out, man. You know what I mean? I be doing some funny shit on TikTok. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to get out of here, y'all. All right? But I'm going to do another story, y'all, on this other clip I seen recently. It's dealing with a 12-year-old, you know, who was just being a complete dickhead. You know what I mean? Toward his mother. And I think that a lot of kids, man, need structure, man, need discipline, man. And a lot of times it's because the mother or the father is not in the home or involved. I mean, these kids are practically raising themselves these days, man. But we gonna do our best as, you know, as elders, and as guide, you know what I'm saying, guidance, guiders. I'm gonna say guiders. You know what I'm saying, to try to help the new youth that's coming up strive for greatness and stay on the right track. So I appreciate y'all joining, man. And this your boy Tony Real God, baby. Appreciate y'all watching this video, man. This your boy Tony Real God Chronicles, man. Y'all hit me up. Y'all come back, and I will be back soon. And hey, man, you never know what I might be bringing you, man. I'm out. And hey, my message to that brother: get your kids up out there, get that court case going, and get that shit running to see your babies, brother. If you ever see this video. And y'all, a lot of you women out there, message to y'all, stop being fucking ratchet. Bitches.
Fuck your cutie beat, bitch.